Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Thursday, September 26th, 2024. That's more than 4.5 years of Torah every single weekday morning. Finding each other, thank you, Penny, 1,146 times. That is the number broadcast that we're up to, 1,146. It's so beautiful to be here with all of you. Adrian, it's nice to see you. Arlene, Boker Tov. Shari, sending love to Charlotte, North Carolina. We have found each other every single day to learn, to grow. Shush, good to see you. Sending love to Stormy, East Tennessee. It's good to see you. Please stay safe. Deborah, sending love to Cleveland, Ohio. Lydia, good to see you. Andrew, Roberta, sending love to West Palm Beach. Jacqueline and Catherine, sending love to Australia. Linda. Jack, sending love to Columbus, Ohio. Rose, hi, good morning. Lisa and Anya, Boker Tov, hi Debbie, hope you are well. Linda, let's see, who else is here? Good morning, friends. Diane and Deborah, Sandy and Jonathan. Linda, good to see you. Hi, Siona. Hi, Arlene. Okay. I might have missed a few people. I hope I did not. But sending love all around. Hi, Blair. Hi, Amy. Amy sending love to Florham Park, New Jersey. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Joy sending love back to Minneapolis. And Natalia, good morning. Okay. Hagel. Let's take a breath. Let's sing some blessings. Debbie sending love to Colorado. Yes, everyone in Florida sending you real wishes for safety and love and support. Hi, Susie. Sending love to Toronto. Hi, Ron. Okay. On this, our 1146th broadcast. On this, day 356 since October 7th. On this, Amy, your grandson's 7th birthday. Let's sing a blessing. Let's learn some Torah. Ya la 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 la, hi la la la, diddy ya la 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 la, ay ya la la la. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, melech haolam. במיטבותיו ציוונו לעשות בדברי תורה, לעשות בדברי תורה, הפוך בה והפוך בה, לעשות בדברי תורה. All right, friends. A lot to talk about as ever. I want to share with you one of the strange things that I experience pretty regularly because when I'm either home or in the office, not in transit, during broadcast time, I'm able to look at this screen and see Facebook and this screen. Hi, Jordan. So good to see you, my friend. And to see Instagram on this screen. And because I'm using two screens, my attention is a little bit divided. But on the Instagram screen, because I usually use my phone for that, I see notifications. And literally this second, as I'm saying so, I see rocket alerts because I tune in to specific alert systems in Israel. And the north in Israel right now, literally this minute, is undergoing significant attack from Hezbollah in Lebanon. And right past the screen that I'm looking at here, the Instagram screen, I see my second computer monitor. It's a lot of stuff in front of me. But what it allows is for me to try to integrate many different sources of information, one of which on the other screen is our Parsha. So Nitzavim and Vayelech, the double Torah portion that we read this week, actually is concerned with what happens when things go well and what happens when things don't. And the careful thinking required in order to adjudicate what is what. The Parsha actually says, Hanistarot ladonai Eloheinu v'aniglot le'Elohim. Revealed things are ours, and concealed things are God's. Now, it's a very interesting verse. In fact, no one really knows what it means, especially because when you read the Torah from within a Torah scroll, you will see dots above the words of the verse I just recited. Hanistarot ladonai Eloheinu, hidden things are God's. Vaniglot lanu vanenu ad olam. Revealed things are ours and our children's forever. Which means that there are certain things you can discern, and that is your obligation and your children's obligation. Maybe our obligation on behalf of our children is a way to understand it. But hidden things are God's. And that means when we ask ourselves why, how could it possibly be? Of course, we do ask such things. We should analyze them in the middle moments of our circumstance. Of course, we ask such things. How did we get here? It is also clear that we are able to adjudicate certain things in front of us. Yes, Susie just asked a question. Are the dots above the letters like the crowns for Rabbi Akiva? It's such a great way that you asked that question. Let me unpack the question, use it to further one specific Torah thought, and then wish us well for today. There's a famous story in the Talmud, in Masechet Menachot, that's what Susie's referring to, where Rabbi Akiva is depicted as drawing the beautiful adornments on each Hebrew letter. In early Christian literature, an early church father named Origen points to this too, in a famous letter called Jots and Tittles, which means the little dots and crowns above letters, what we consider the ornamentation of calligraphy, specifically Torah calligraphy. And it's revealed in this story in the Talmud that when Rabbi Akiva draws on the letters, or when Moshe draws on the letters, Rabbi Akiva will see these adornments and derive heaps and heaps of meaning from each one of them. Those are the adornments of the letter. But actually, Susie, to your question, in our Parsha, the verse that hidden things are God's but revealed things are ours, they're actually dots, not crowns. And those dots, for some scholars, are indications that these letters don't quite make sense. It's as if a commentator or an interpreter later in time saw the verse and said, that's not what Moshe seems to be saying in context. He's saying that this world is ours to navigate, and we have the capacity, he reminds us over and over, to do it without him. We don't need someone to climb a mountain or to cross a sea in order to bring back the answers we need. No, the Torah, the mitzvot, are in your mouth, right in front of you. And so there's a difference between the crowns and the dots. The crowns are sources of meaning. The dots, while meaningful, point to a response to the text. Now, even where we disagree, potentially, with one of the ideas in the Torah text, and that wouldn't be so innovative, we disagree often with the literal meaning of the Torah. Here we are saying the Torah, revered, stands, and we stand in relationship with it. We make our dots, we make our marks, but we don't change the text. We respond, we make sure our presence is known. As we adjudicate, as we implement, as we interpret, as we respond and react, we have to be careful in our thinking, but the last thing we should do is be violent in the way we tear apart the text. We don't do that. We stand with the text even when we disagree. We stand with our people even as we navigate the imponderable. We make our dots known. They're not always crowns. Sometimes they are responses. But in our clear thinking towards this parsha anyway, in a very confusing moment, we stand listening to our Rebbe, to the greatest teacher we ever had, Moshe Rabbeinu, who made sure to know that we would hear his heart. We would hear his heart. The urgency of Hayom that he says the word Hayom today 5 times in the first 6 verses of this parsha. And he says, you might be tempted to stray from the path, but please don't. There are consequences to positive and negative actions. We know this in this month of Elul as we march forward, crawl toward the year to come. One day, friends, these blessings and the curse will befall you, says Moshe in chapter 30 of the book of Deuteronomy. The Hebrew is, Vaya chi yavo alecha kol hadvarim ha'ela. You will have a life that includes blessing and curse. Moshe knows this. And you take them to heart. V'hashevota el levavecha. And you let it in. V'shavta ad Adonai Elohecha. And we will return to God. V'shamata b'kolo. And listen to this voice. Kechol asher anochi mitzavcha hayom. Everything that I've commanded you this day. Then, friends, im yeh nirachacha b'ktzei hashamayim. Even if some of you are in the furthest corners of the world. Misham yikabetzcha Adonai Elohecha, umisham yikachecha. God will gather us back. The goal is not only to be gathered to our home, and please God, bring them home now. Listen to what happens in verse 6 of chapter 30. It's stunning. Umal Adonai Elohecha et levavcha, ve'et levav zar'echa, le'ahava et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha, b'chol nafshecha, lema'an chayecha. Then God will open our hearts up again. The literal text is actually, God will circumcise our hearts, but let's say open, make raw once again. We will feel things fully. There is so much healing that we need right now. As a Jewish people, as a world. And part of what I want to share is that we as a learning community on a platform granted to us 4.5 years ago for daily Torah study as part of UJA's work in the world, we have to know that we are actually amplifying the healing just by showing up, by being present for each other in all the corners of the world where we tune in from. We've created a holy space, and I can't tell you the number of colleagues at UJA and specific people involved as lay leaders in UJA who are always tuning in because it strengthens our work in the world. And just yesterday, those people, us, our home community of UJA, allocated $7.2 million raised as part of the Israel Emergency Fund, part of our ongoing work in the world, to help the communities in the north. I know I'm talking these global ways and then I point to a specific thing, but isn't that the way we do things? We take the treasure trove of our tradition, the ancient wisdom of Moshe, the dots of a later generation of scribes, the questions of a living community that gathers digitally and emotionally every day, and we point to specific ways that we can help. We are hearing you, Moshe. If only we could speak backward in time, and maybe we can, because we channel those sacred words every Shabbat, every time we learn Torah. Imagine if we could just say, Moshe, our teacher, we hear you. Yes, our life does have moments that feel like a curse. And yes, our moments can overflow with blessing. And we know that life is complex, and we hear your urgency, and we are present Hayom, today. And we will do everything we can to think clearly and carefully about how to be agents of healing in the name of our tradition. We will fight when we must. Please God, we will only fight when we must. And we will do our best to have open, raw hearts, just like you promised. The more right we get it, the more our hearts can feel again. May it be, friends, a year that opens us up again to feeling fully. May we be strong and strengthened. May we have every Hayom in which to be helpers and to do good, sometimes making dots, sometimes offering crowns, always inclining our hearts and our bodies and our means to be agents of healing and partners in creation. It's not done yet. Every Rosh Hashanah we say, Hayom Harat Olam. Today is the birthday of the world. May we be agents of birth in this way. Dots and crowns and curse and blessing and thoughtful. And thoughtful. Today, give us courage. Today, bless us. Today, may we remember what it is to be our full size in the world. Hayom te'amtzenu, Hayom tevarchenu, Hayom tegadlenu. Hayom te'amtzenu, Hayom tevarchenu, Hayom tegadlenu. Te'amtzenu hayom, tevarchenu hayom, tegadlenu, amen. Hayom, 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 tegadlenu. Sing with me, Hayom. Hayom. Fill it in with what you're asking for. Oh, Hayom. Is it blessing? Is it healing? Oh, Hayom. All of it for you. Oh, Amen. Hayom. 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 Friends, send your hearts with me. Be a part of this great healing work by taking good care of yourself and knowing that blessing is possible. Hayom. Hayom. Let's sing. Kol hod balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homiya ulefatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia od lo avda tikvatenu hatikva bat shnot alpayim liot am chofshi be'artzenu Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim liot am chofshi be'artzenu Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, my friends. Take care. Have a good Hayom.